Enlightenment is not a big deal, but it is a possibility for all of us. See, when I was 21, I watched a documentary of Ramana Maharshi. He was a young boy who went to a temple. He sat for months on end unmoving, had bugs eating at his legs, because he had attained a state within himself that was so blissful, that was so beautiful, that was so peaceful, that he didn't even bother to attend to his body, that he didn't even notice what was happening to his body. But it tells you that there's a state within yourself that you can touch, that is so untouched by physical movement, that is so untouched by mind, emotions, thoughts and emotions, and all the actions that come with it, that is completely untouched, that's completely pure and blissful. And so when I watched that documentary, it taught me that there's something to strive for that is within, that's not external, it's within. And so I placed a big emphasis on this, and I kind of put it up on a pedestal, this idea of enlightenment, and those who have touched that state, those who have reached that state. And over time, as my own experiences unfolded, I realized it's not a big deal at all. It's actually the most natural state to be in. And so for those of you striving towards enlightenment, for those of you striving to know your true self beyond this body and mind, because that's all enlightenment means. Who are we really? Beyond this body and mind, beyond our beliefs, what are we really? Bringing that into your experience is enlightenment, and then living that and anchoring yourself in that. And so something I've realized myself is that it's actually not a big deal. It's actually the most natural state. It can be difficult to get back to it, but once you're there, it's like you never left. And so for those of you watching this who are actually on a conscious spiritual journey to try and find out who you are beyond this body and mind, my suggestion would be, stop placing enlightenment on a pedestal, or self-realization on a pedestal, self-actualization, whatever name you give it. But that state of perfection, that state of oneness, don't put it on a pedestal. Just recognize it's the most natural state which is there all along, behind the movement. And so if you wish to touch that state, you just need to be able to step back from movement of thought and emotion and sit in stillness. Because one who is still will know everything that they need to know, just naturally. So I say again, if you're someone placing enlightenment on a pedestal like I was in my early 20s, see if you can just push it off the pedestal. Sit on that pedestal yourself and remain still, because as soon as you do that, you're right there. You're right there.